And welcome back to MD Global Muscle here at the Unrise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas, for Season 5. And we're joined all the way from sunny Alicante, Peter the Freezer Molnar.
Hello, guys. Nice to meet you.
Peter, now, you and I have had a conversation online about why you're in Alicante and why you're not on stage today. Can you take us through what happened?
The main option was my girlfriend wanted to get her pro card as a bikini. Mm-hmm. She won the category, but she missed the pro card with 1 point.
Oh.
And after that, there was the athlete meeting with the weight check, the registration. And, I was running the whole day up and down to help her, to support her. And I didn't believe that something could happen, but the body was tricked me a little bit. And I was 98.7 first time when I was on the scale.
Yeah.
So I recognized I have a lot of water on my legs and calves. I'm not that young guy anymore. So I tried to push my weight down. They gave me like 1.5 hours. And at the end, I was 97. So with plus 1 kilo, they didn't allow me to compete today.
Yeah.
So I did the guest posing yesterday for them after the amateur.
I didn't know that.
The main goal was for us her pro card, and we was really happy that she had a gold medal. So I told myself also there is 2 guys in the category, 2 of my friends, really close friends, I can say now, and I didn't want to harm their chance to go to Olympia. So that was I was not 100% wanted to enter the category. So it was like, it's okay.
So, the Arnold UK, you tried to do classic. You didn't make classic weight. You had to do 212. Here, you tried to do 212. You didn't make 212. Did you not fancy just jumping in the open just to see, or just so the trip wasn't wasted for you personally?
That was an option. Some coaches and judges told me that I can try it, but I was asked the head judge. He's a really nice person. He always supports the athletes, and he told me that it's not the best decision because I already jumped in one category, and yeah. I also told myself I don't want to make a fool of myself. The guys in the open class is huge, and maybe I have the lines, but beside them, I think I lose the frame. But
Peter, at the Arnold UK, you didn't make classic. You had to go in 212. You ended up placing 4th, beating Dave Henry, the 202 Olympia champ from 2008, one of the legends of the 212 or the 202.
Yes, he is.
You beat Dean White, who won the 212 at Portugal, a sensational new pro. Just going back to that Arnold UK, was that your first 212 show, or what was the feeling of when you got that good placing?
I told myself this is the place I have to be, because the classic is for me something else than bodybuilding. I love the classic because it's more about the soul than the body.
Yeah.
So you can show more about yourself. So in the heart, I'm always going to be a classic guy. The Olympians told me that you are the original classic physique guy.
Yes.
That's why I was always wanted to do the category. But for 10 years in my career, there was no classic. Mm-hmm. And I was just focusing on winning the shows. I didn't care about the weight because there was no weight limit. There was an open class in the amateur. So my weight was go 4 kilos over my possible weight in classic.
What is that?
So I was like 95 on stage as an amateur, and I was able to be 91 in the classic pro league.
God.
So I had to drop 4 kilos, and even if I tried to drop it in the proper way, I lost too much on the legs.
Yeah.
And the skin was not that tight because I was not able to feel myself as much as I can. So it was a easy way to fail. I was not able to show myself 100% against the guys who was prepared 100% for this category, because they are young, they have everything proportion, they have a good regeneration, fast regeneration, good metabolism. So it was like not a good option. And I was told myself, maybe I lost too much of the frame. And before the Olympia, it was the Arnold Classic was 3 months before the Olympia.
Yeah.
So I told myself, if I push my weight back to 91 again, below 91, I'm gonna lose again too much. And till the Olympia, maybe at the Olympia, I'm gonna be like 88 or 89. So even in that case, it's not an option. I was when last year I saw the Olympia, I saw that Derek won the 212 with the beautiful symmetry.
Mm-hmm.
For me, Sean Claria was a little bit more muscular and more shredded from the front, but from the back it was a balance. And when I saw that Derek won, I told myself, maybe it's even in that category, the symmetry is important as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was I was afraid of tell this to my coach, because he told me that you're not a 212 guy. You're a classic guy.
Yeah.
I can't see you there. So I was this opinion I was holding myself. But before Arnold Classic UK, like 2 weeks before, I was around 198, almost ready.
What, 90 kilo?
And I told him that maybe it would be a good option to try, if I can, if the organizers accept it, to go to 212 if I can't make the weight for a classic.
Mm-hmm.
To do the 212. Let's see what happens. And even if I fail, I still have the qualification for the Olympia in classic.
Yeah.
So that was the motivation to do it. And when I saw the first expressions of the people who love the sport, and also I saw the pictures about me, I told myself it's much better, much healthier. I look much. I was much more fresh, because I was not. I had to eat before the stage, not starve.
Yeah.
You know,
so sorry to interrupt, but what did you weigh at the Arnold UK? Because I really liked that look.
What?
So what did you weigh at the Arnold UK? Because I thought you looked like a proper 212. You didn't look like, it looked like you'd actually prepared for it as a 212, because the legs were popping, you were dry, you looked full. So what was your weight as a 212 at the Arnold UK?
That moment at the weight check, I was 94.
Oh wow, okay.
And I still needed to focus on the legs. So that was the only option, because I saw myself there. The biggest problem with me is while I was an amateur, the basic stance from the front, it was one of the best poses for me.
Yeah.
But here I'm the smallest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when the judge's first expression, that's I'm too small for the category. And if I cannot stay in the top 5 or 6, then no chance to show them in other positions that I still have a chance. Because when I start to pose, muscles a little bit look bigger than usual.
Peter, I saw you in Hungary at the Fit Parade, and obviously as a classic. 2 weeks later, which was last weekend now while recording this, I saw you in Prague winning 212. And as soon as you came out at Prague, it wasn't actually the legs that I noticed the first thing. It was your chest and your shoulders. Everything, like when you were talking to me afterwards, everything just looked fuller. It looked like you had that pop, the shoulder width. It wasn't just the legs that looked better. It was your chest, your shoulders, your arms, everything. Like you said, everything was fuller and pushing against the skin, everything. And you looked harder because you're fuller.
The classic in Hungary, it was the last chance for me to show myself for the fans, for my friends, and for my family. You know, it was like 20 years. My mother never saw me on stage alive.
Wow.
Because, you know, I was afraid if something happens on stage, she's the last woman on earth who have to see this. So that's why. But I told myself maybe this will be the last moment for me to go on stage in Hungary. So I had to starve for one day, like no eating, no drinking. We had a training before the show. One of my friends, my training partner, put me from a machine to another, like a homeless dog or something, you know.
No way. So no food, no water. Like how do you? I mean, that's a silly question, but how do you feel when you're like that? You know, and you're so depleted, and there's no food, no water, and you're worried about weight. What's that like?
You know, you feel the body temperature go high, and you know, it's like your energy level go really down. So it's like when you walk, everything looking far, and when it's like the more you walk, it looks more far. So it's difficult to arrive. The weight check was crazy because I was stand on the scale, and it was like, as far as I remember, it was like 1 kilo more than I accepted for classic. So it was, but 1 second later, it was like the scale start to go down with 1 kilo and then start to show that it's fixed. So it's like stopped.
Yeah.
And the head judge, you know, had to check every Hungarian not to cheat or something. And when she looked on the scale, it was proper weight with 100 grams less, and she said, "Okay, you're in."
Wow! So you made it by 100 grams.
But my friend told me that it's like an angel lift you up or something, you know.
Oh my God, that's really, because I speak to guys that, you know, I spoke to Jose Raymond when he struggled to make 202 one year, and he said, like, I couldn't eat. He said, it's like Flex Lewis. He said the last 4 weeks before the Olympia was so stressful. He said I was constantly worrying about my weight. So you're one of those guys that is right on the limit, that really, really has to sort of focus hard to make weight.
The best thing that even if I can make the weight, nothing happens now.
Yeah.
So because I have the 212 qualification, like here, it was easy to say to my girlfriend, no problem. I supported you. You was the main goal here in Alicante. I was just told myself that maybe this is the last year of my career. So
really,
we don't know. Yes, because I'm already 40 and we don't have a family together yet.
Right. Okay.
So the main goal for next year is to start to build a family and some business. And at the end of the year, I'm gonna check the whole body, everything. And if everything fine and the doctor says you're free to go, maybe I can put myself together and get some more titles for Europe and for my country.
But Peter, you've just come to the Pro League, because I saw you in Romania last year, you know, when you got your pro card and you came over, and it's like because for so many, you were like Crizzo, for so many years you weren't competing in the Pro League and the NPC, and there was so much excitement around for you for so many years. I remember 5-6 years ago, people were saying, this guy will beat top. This guy is this is the guy to beat Flex Lewis. This is the one. This is like readable bicep shots of you. And they were putting comparisons of you next to Flex Lewis, saying, if this guy comes over, like with Crizzo, they're saying everyone's in trouble.
I can say that.
It was true. I saw it.
You know, judging two athletes by a picture, it's like, it's we have different height. So like Flex Lewis is like the same. He have the same height, like the same wider shoulders, you know. So and he have a lot of muscle on him. So it's like no reason to calculate with that. But the Pro League was always something like I really wanted to, like every bodybuilder's dream, to be here. And it's totally different than amateur. You know, I was taking too much time in the amateur because for us it was difficult to get a pro card.
Yeah.
When the two federations were split, MPC and IFBB, there was no chance. They told me, if you want to have a pro card, you need to stop competing for 2 years.
Really?
As a judgment, because he was on the amateur, he was competing in the amateur other federations, and then you can try the pro card.
God.
And I told myself, if I was like something like 37, that means 2 years 39.
Yeah,
I told myself,
yeah,
to get the card is 1 more year, so it was like 40, and then you have to build a career like 2, 3, 5 years.
No. It's the same with Kamal. Thank God the split happened, the split between the two federations, because like Kamal, he was done. He was trying to get his pro card since 2014. He told me in 2014, he says, I just want to do the Olympia once. I want to turn pro and I want to do the Olympia once. And then they stopped him. And then 2018, he comes back and he wins the Arnold Classic, third in the Olympia, wins the Olympia the next year. It's like so many good athletes like yourself were held back because of this. And now you can go for it, you know?
Yeah, that's an amazing feeling. And I can tell you that, I was in the amateur, the people put all their time and effort and money into the sport. And when they get not the result they wanted to have, they start to judge you. Sometimes they take it personal because it's too important for them. But in the Pro League, the athletes are so professional, and they have a lot of income from the sport itself alone, not only the competitions. So to be on stage is a different level for them. So they're really friendly, they're really nice. The first expression for me in the Pro League, that was I got 8th place in Arnold Classic, Ohio. It was a little bit of shocking, the feeling.
Because you'd won everything before. You'd won everything. You were so used to winning.
I just told myself I just want to be in the top 6.
Right. Okay.
And when I saw it, I'm done. I didn't know that which placing I had, but I saw that I'm not in the top 6. And Logan Franklin was going before me. He was fighting in the top 3. And he turned and he told me that, don't give up, buddy. You're good. They just don't know you.
Yeah.
And it was like shocking for me, because in the amateur, they was little, people like smile, and then when you turn, they spit on the ground.
Yeah.
But here the athletes was so friendly with me that it was a shocking moment. And also fellow Cambonero was walking beside us, and he told me that, whoa, that's a good shoulder and arms you have.
Yeah. Yep.
And I told myself, I'm home. It's like, oh my God, this is what I was always wanted to be. But I had, when I started the sport, there was, at the very beginning, it was the same. But in time, it changed. While for me, it was more about the income than to feel myself as a bodybuilder, And when I had it back, that's like I'm living the bodybuilder's dream again. Even if I had 8th place, it was a good feeling. And also I was there at the Arnold Classic, Ohio. From my country, no one ever invited in the bodybuilding class.
Oh, really? In Hungary? In Hungary?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So
it was a fantastic moment that they gave me a chance, even to stand on the stage. So
yeah.
So that's it.
So, I mean, Peter, like, you're someone that really likes to compete as well, or do you just do it because it makes you money? Because you're qualified for the Olympia. Which show actually did you qualify as a classic for this year's Olympia? Which show was it?
After the Olympia past year, I was a little bit down mentally, because I had 8th place at the Arnold Classic and 14 at the Olympia. And my main goal was in the top 6 in the Arnold Classic and the top 10 in the Olympia.
Okay,
but
you just missed it.
I missed that, and I had it's like you have a bad taste in your mouth. And I told myself, I don't want to go home with this taste. So I started checking the competitions, and there was 1 week later after the Olympia, there was a competition in Kentucky.
Okay.
Kentucky Muscle Show.
Right. Okay.
And I sent an email for the organizers that is it possible to compete there for me, because it's the time is really short.
Yeah.
And I had to buy the tickets for Kentucky and back. And they accepted me, and they just told me that you have to send the contract to the IFBB Pro League, and I did it. And we just traveled there. I didn't know that the weather is different. America is huge.
Yeah.
I was go from Florida to Kentucky with a t-shirt and a short.
It wasn't like that.
It was really, really cold there.
Oh, was it? It was cold?
Yeah. It was strange. I didn't expect this. And
yeah.
I was arrived in time in the registration, and they was really friendly, really nice. It was a great show. I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. Like in the past days of my country, like the venue was full. The people was really together with the athletes. They didn't just watch. You had they told the expressions, and it was good to see that in every category they was like every athlete did the individual posing routine, and they applauded everyone, and they was nice and friendly. So it was a good show, and this was my second pro show, which I won. So it was a great feeling that I have chance in US as well.
And it must have been a sort of nice for you after not making top 10 at the Olympia. Like you said, you felt down, you felt a little bit upset that you didn't make top 10, and then you go and get a nice win at a good show, and that qualifies you for the following year. So that's the pressure's off in that respect, isn't it?
This sport is like sometimes it takes, sometimes it gives. It's like life. I always loved this sport, and if you are in a bad mood because of a result or something, you have to see the whole puzzle. If you see one puzzle that hurts you, it doesn't mean that's the end of the story. So I told myself, maybe I can do a happy ending. So I tried.
Do you know one thing I noticed because I had you, if you watch the live stream at the Fit Parade a few weeks ago, I had you winning the classic a whole day. I mean, Jesus was fantastic, but I had you as the clear winner. And I noticed when you got second, you took it very, very well. Do you know what I mean? I expect you to be like, a little bit down or a bit upset, and you went, yes, like that, as if to say, like you said, like sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes. But I like the way, I thought it was very sportsmanlike, the way you took that.
Jose is a fantastic athlete. You can see the determination on him. In 1 year, he changed a lot. Mm-hmm. Past year he had a weaker upper body, but against the legs.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
And now he's much better. And before we was go for the winning the ceremony, mm-hmm. I told him that you're gonna win this, brother.
Really?
You have to believe that you go to the Olympia. And he was like, if someone wins the category, sometimes they jump, they roar. But he was that guy. He was just didn't believe that. You have seen on his face that, oh my God, I'm going to the Olympia.
Yeah.
And it was a good moment that I didn't took this from him. He really deserved that. He was 100% ready for that show. And the judges was looked at the condition, preferred more the condition than the balance. So for me, it was a happy moment for him. And also he mentioned me in an interview. They was asking him what is your opinion about Peter Molnar? It was a Hungarian channel.
Okay.
And it was shocking for me that he said, oh, he's the best in Europe.
Wow, fantastic.
So for me, that means he's a champion material. If you can, even if you win, you can lift the second.
I like that.
That is something.
That's nice.
That's a special moment. That was a special moment for me. So I told myself it was completely happened in the right way.
One thing I've noticed about you is you get better the more you pose. You look good when you first come out, but literally every single time you hit a pose, you get bigger and fuller and drier. I mean, because like when you first came out of Hungary, I didn't know whether I had you as the winner, but then as you go on, I went, no, Peter's just improving. Peter Molnar's improving. He looks incredible. I said, and by the end of the day, to me, you look like, because some guys, they come out strong and then they fade, but you seem to get better the more you pose.
I try to warm up all the time, but I don't feel anything while I'm warming up.
Right.
But on the stage, I have the expression of you have to fight. You flex your muscles on a different way. And in the past, some of the athletes in the amateur told me that you won't because of this, because you fight more than people. You can see many good conditions, but they're tired to show it, and they like posing, but not really focusing on everything. Like from the side poses, they don't hold the glutes.
Yeah.
Or back shots, you can see that the hamstrings not working well. For me, every pose is like a chance to win or a chance to lose. So I can't let it go. And this. While I'm flexing the whole muscle in the proper way, that gives a different pump, I think. Many told me that you while I'm in the backstage in the lineup, I look like a little kid. And when I start to pose, like,
you do. It's incredible.
Yeah, maybe I should pose not warming up, because warming up that doesn't work really well.
But you know what? One of the best poses you've got is your frontal bicep, and that's usually the first pose that you hit in the prejudging. They'll say frontal bicep, and straight away eyes are drawn to you because you've got those big, huge peak biceps and big shoulders, and everything just pops. Everything, like, you can look at you in a lineup and you're very good, but when you pose, things really start to happen and you come alive.
So what was the question?
I can't remember. I said when you hit that first pose, it's your best pose, is your frontal bicep. That's one of your best poses. And like I said, when you actually pose, your physique really comes alive. It's one of the, like, some guys, they look great, stood there front relaxed. But when you actually pose, it's like, whoa, like, where did that guy come from?
I think my best pose from double bicep from behind.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
But the problem is, it's like how to say that. In the past, front double biceps was better for me. It's strange that it changed a little bit. I think most muscular is what I love from the front. The double biceps is maybe because of in 212, maybe because a little bit of my height. I look a little bit, I can't say bigger, because they have shorter upper arm, so they have more muscle on the upper arm. They have more muscle, but maybe it's like the vision of the pose. I have small waist, and I try to show it against the shoulders, and if I can build in this 1 month a little bit more on the legs, I can work enough on the legs to be a chance to be in the top 10. I'm gonna be more than happy with that.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if there is like 20 people in the category or over, like I heard that in classic there are gonna be like 60, 70.
Yeah. It's like 60, I think 66, 67. And there's guys on points and more shows. So it's going to be close to 70 competitors. I don't know how they're going to judge that. I don't know how they're actually physically going to do it with the lineups and it's crazy.
I had once a category like this in Arabic countries, and they was put us in lines, like 5 people, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And they like, okay, from the 6th line, this guy, and the 3rd line, we did this.
So, how did they do it?
We was on stage for 1.5 hours.
Wow. Oh my God. Well, do you know what though?
It was a long story.
They're judging them thoroughly if they're on stage for 1.5 hours.
And you can imagine I was the smallest guy. The elbows was at the basic stance. The elbows was here, the guys.
Wow.
And somehow I won the show, and I was like, I didn't expect it because everyone was so big.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I'm afraid of the Olympia, that if because of the basics, the judges have a difficult moment, and I think they pick the first stand in the first expression. Like they see, because when you see the individual, when they just come in and show themselves like individual posing, all of them look good. But when they are together, it's like, where is that guy? I remember there was a guy in like a black trunk. He was fantastic. But here, I don't know which one was that.
Peter, there was a guy at the Hungary show. I won't say his name. He was in the top 6. And when he came out by himself, I thought, this guy, I said, this is the one of the first guys I've seen on stage. I said, to me, I think he'll be the winner. And then when he came out in the pre-judging, I realized that his back wasn't as good as his front or his side. And then started comparing to you and to Jesus and the other guys. And I was like, okay, now you're starting to pick them apart now.
Yes, this is bodybuilding. I love that. I had the same in Prague at the open class.
Yeah.
Like, first guy came out, oh my God, who is this guy? This is good. The second guy, and we just laughed at, this category, because I think because of Criso, everyone was putting all in. So, it's rare that I see in Europe such an open lineup. From the top 8 guys could be changed with a few points, because it was like, oh my God, it was fantastic to see that. And I have like a
So what was it? What was your opinion on Criso then? Did you see him backstage? Because I couldn't believe, I expected him to be big, but he was kind of even bigger than I expected when I saw him in the flesh.
My training partner said that he's never saw that huge arm before in his life.
Like what?
He's really, really massive guy. And I also saw when I was start to do my pro career, I remember that I saw the guys next to me, the pro Olympians, and some of them, like Rami, he's big in the backstage. You can imagine he have a hand like a pancake cooker. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
And some of the guys are like me. They smaller, but on the stage they really able to fight. My personal favorite is sorry, the diet.
It's all right, mate. It's okay. It's okay.
He had 3rd place in the Olympia. I wanted to say it so fast. From Iran.
Iran. Oh, Hadi.
Hadi
Shupan. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He on stage. He is like, you don't see the difference. You just know if they stand on the same scale, you see the difference. But on stage, I love that he's really tough conditioned, and you can see all the work, all the hard work in the muscle.
Yeah.
So that's what makes this sport beautiful for me. And I really hope that I have a chance. If there are going to be like 20, 25 guys in the Olympia, maybe because of this frame I don't have from the front basic poses, the judges not going to take me in the top 10. But if I have a chance, in poses, I can be in the top 10, I think.
I think top 10 is realistic. I do.
Oh,
in 212.
also, I was following the guys who did the same to go from classic to 212, and they every year they really do a great improvement. And we also said that in the classic that now in classic in 1 year the guy is changing like we did past 5 years. It's amazing to see how the category is getting stronger, and you can see in the classic every year like 50 guys, they look like crazy, you know, like I don't know, it's like a factory. They have the smallest waist, they have the craziest legs and wide shoulders, so they exactly have what they need to be in the top 10. And I don't know why, but in the past, I think because like the Pro League had a little bit changing while the Olympia was now it's in the hand of a businessman, and he know how to do it first of all, and he loved the sport, he support the sport, and you can see the whole not only in the lineup, but the quality of the sport is just raising every year, and it's just like a magnet for the athletes and for the people as well.
Did you see what Andrea Shaw won yesterday? She won the Wings of Strength Rising Phoenix show yesterday. She won $50,000, and she won a truck that's probably in 70,000, you know, and that's her third vehicle she's won. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's the female side. So the guys now, you know, like you said, the production, Dan Solomon and Jake Wood, they're really putting so much into, like I haven't been to, I went to their first in 2019, but I haven't been 2020 or 2021. And this year, like, I mean, are you excited that it's going to be at the Zappos Theatre in Planet Hollywood?
Oh, sorry?
Are you excited where it's going to be this year, the Olympia?
Yes, of course. Yeah. I think the female bodybuilding was, you know, it's like they try to protect the women from that in the past.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much changing on their bodies, but this is their decision. It's not we have to make or the federation. So I think what Jake did, if someone really have this in their heart, he gave them an opportunity to do it. It's like I spoke with one girl when I was first time just watching the Olympia in 19, and Jake Wood invited us for a dinner, not because of me, but because of my friend, and I, you know, there was like, I don't remember exactly, 5-6 girls, like minimum the same size like me or bigger. They was asking me, are you a men's physique guy? I said no.
Men's physique, oh my god, one of the best amateurs in Europe, like, you know. My god, that's incredible.
And I spoke with them about this, how this came in their life, and you know, one of the girls was told me that her father wanted to have a boy, and he treated her like a boy, like,
oh wow,
he was bringing her in the gym, and she was not really that girl, you know, like she didn't play with Barbies or something, or wearing pink clothes, but she's on the face, she was perfectly a woman, even if her body looked like mine. So we was just joking about this, and I was asking her how it looks like when you put gas in the car or you're in the gym, and you ask the guys, if you finish, you can keep the weight there or something, or put more. And you know, it's like they have this lifestyle for like 10 years. We cannot judge this. So I like it that there is a line like this, because if someone have a genetic for this, not to be a bikini, let her do what she wants.
Peter, one reason I've always been a fan, well, I've been a fan of yours for many years, is because there is two things I like. I like conditioning, and I love good posing. and your posing, I mean, it's probably in the top 5 in the Pro League today. Tell me why it's so important to you to put such we said on the live stream, myself and Lauren, like you were like this. Lauren was like going crazy. She was like, "Wow, fuck, you're posing." She said it's so creative, it's so artistic. It's like you said about classic and it being more like from the soul more than the body. So tell me where you get that inspiration from, and also the fact that you're one of probably the only pros that really put so much effort into their posing when so many others do not. Tell us why.
First of all, I saw Lila brothers posing. I think it's
yeah, beautiful.
More than entertaining. It's something special. And for me, posing routines will always be something like a photo album. If you see like 10 years prior, you don't exactly remember even who was your girlfriend or what was your job or something. But if you see the posing routine, you remember, okay, I did this because I had this expression of my life, I had these plans, and I always make a little story with the posing. Because if you do something like a story which maybe never be revealed for the audience, they feel it's much more than just posing.
It's a connection.
Yeah, they don't really know what's going on, but they feel that that's a story behind of the posing. I love that. And like when you see Terence Ruffin, he have the best ever creativity in this I saw in my life. And, it's just, I always try to motivate people to do this. And I was watching many shows in the past. Also now, but when I had the chance to see a show live, I was go there.
Yeah.
And you can, in the amateur, you have seen like over 100 guys on stage. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you was go home and you told yourself it was totally boring. And you would just eat your box and joke with your friends. And sometimes you saw some good athletes, good performance, but not a good posing. But if there was like 1 or 2 guys, it shocked you.
Yeah,
that was like
you remember
when you was go home, you told yourself it was a good night, good evening. It was worth to go to watch the show. Also, you can see big fights. That's also funny. But when you see a good posing routine, it was like whoa. For me. So
how do you actually, are you one, because like say Cedric McMillan used to put very good posing routines together, but he would just go out there and feel the music and do whatever. He was obviously very competent to pose. He could pose. He knew what he wanted to do. And then some of the guys, like someone like Lila Brada, would be practicing that very same routine for months. Do you someone that really has a clear idea and every single movement is choreographed? Is that what happens when you get out, or do you just go out and you just feel it and go for it?
It's in between.
Okay.
Because now my days are so busy that sometimes I just realize that tomorrow is the competition time. And
yeah.
like in the Arnold Classic Ohio, I was really on the flight. I started to think what I'm going to do. I had a plan, but if you try it in the reality, you realize that from this pose to change to that pose, it's not possible, or you cannot handle this pose down. So it was like 1 hour, one day before the show, I tried like 5 times with the music in your ears. You start the music, then run on the side of the bed and start to move something.
Yeah. And
it was like, oh my God, that's gonna be funny. On stage if I fail. And I did the poses in the proper way while I wanted to, and on the music, but in between the poses sometimes I try, if I have more time, I'm opening with the fingers the pose, flexing and opening like a ballerina. It's you,
Vince Taylor, also, Kevin Navarone, Lila Brada. They wouldn't just they would just pose their bodies. They would use their faces to express themselves. Like their eyes would be shut. Their hands would be doing things. Like it was a complete, it was more, I can't explain it. What was it? It's more like a total body experience. It wasn't just them doing pose 1, pose 2. It was like they were kind of into it.
And also Kevin Lebron was singing the music sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I was that. Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes, someone told me in the past if a bodybuilder poses with his fingers, that's complete.
Yes.
And I think if also you can have changed the rhythm of your movement, like you flexing heavy and you open fast and then slow take the other position, they feel that it's more prepared, not because there is more. If you have more difference, the posing itself, how you do it, the face, the hands, and the rhythm, that's a complete project, I think. But it takes like 1 month.
Right, because I feel like transitions aren't really a thing anymore. And I think that's something that's missing. And apart from people like yourself and Terence Ruffin, it's the transitions. Because I was a bodybuilder at a recent show and he won Best Poser. And he doesn't actually do any transitions. He hits the poses very nicely, but it's just moving from one pose to the next. And for me, that's half the routine gone. Do you see what I mean? Half the routine is missing because like Lila Brada, I mean, that 1991 Olympia, I mean, the transitions were just like, I still can't do one that he did with the shoulder one. I couldn't even do it now, even if I tried. It's just, it's mesmerizing to see how someone like in the 80s and 90s, how they went from one pose to the other. For me, that was what made a good posing routine, not just the pose itself.
If they hit the pose the proper way, that means they know their body and they know how to show their best and hide the weakness. It's also very important as in the eye of the judges. But in the eye of the audience, you have to give something more about yourself. You know, when I was young, we have seen the Olympians only at the Olympia in a video cassette or I don't know videotape. You know.
Yeah.
So you the only thing you was able to know about them is that 2 minutes about they talk about their preparation and motivation and everything, and then the posing routine like 3 minutes. So it was 5 minutes expression for 1 year.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so important to watch every detail of his movement and everything to learn how is this guy believe about the sport, about himself, about the others. You know, you like how they treat each other. So it's I think it's that's why I think it's important. But today the fans can follow you every day. You know, they see your everyday life, and for me it's strange now because now you are able to be closer for the athletes, and I see that the young generation lost their respect because of that. Because it's like if you're a Hungarian, I see they like, okay, but you're not in the top 10, so you're a nobody, and I follow the top 10. So, you know, it's like give them the expression that they're not gonna follow you because you're just out of the top 10, you know, in the Olympia. So,
are they real fans though?
It's strange for me, but when I posted that I go to the Arnold Classic Ohio second time, I had like 40 comments. 5 of them, the other athletes like Terence and Miracle Bert, you know, like we became friends, and they are just, oh, we see each other again, buddy. And also like 10, 15 guys from US and 20 from Hungary, or something like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw like Raman had like over 1,000 comments, it was like
Brazilian flags.
Whoa.
Brazilian flags, dinosaur emoji.
Dinosaur and the flag and the national flag.
I tell you what, move to Brazil and get yourself a different kind of fan base, because over there the fans are absolutely amazing.
Yes, I love that how they support him.
Me too.
Even if they find something about other classic guys, and there is no any talk about Ramon, they always put it, Ramon is the first. You have.
No, I think it's great. I think it's great because they really love their bodybuilding in Brazil.
Yes, and Ramon deserves it because he's so nice guy. He's a really nice guy and always smiling. He's nice with everyone. You don't feel this, that I'm more than the others. In my country, if someone win a local show, they're gonna act like they won the Mr. Olympia.
Right.
And even if they win the Mr. Olympia, they don't need to act like that.
Yeah.
Because the professionals realize that they are not famous if the people don't have interest about them. Mm-hmm. So if they are act like a jerk, nobody gonna follow them. They're gonna be nobody. The professionals realize that if I act nicely to anyone, even if the guy is a little bit strange or something, too much fan of inside or something, they treat him like he go home with an expression of, oh my God, I was able to give a handshake or something. So that's really important today because of the social media. It's I'm an old-fashioned guy. When I was in Dubai, I saw a video about Rami used a vertical leg press machine.
Yeah.
And I saw the machine in the gym and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to use the same machine like Rami did. And I was checking how much weight he used and it was like, oh.
Wow.
So I still have this. After when I'm 40, we respect each other so much. And sometimes it's strange when I see that, and also I do a comment if I see that someone says rude things about another professional bodybuilder. It's I don't understand why is that good. If you cannot lift someone with the help with the comment, then just go away. If I can tell to everyone what's my problem with them, I'm gonna have the whole day in the internet and. It's a stupid thing. I
agree. I think, though, going back to the classic class, I think it's in good hands with someone leading the way like Chris Bumstead. Because I've spoke to Chris many times. I've spoke to him on the phone. I've seen him at shows, and he's never changed. He seems very, very grounded, very, very normal and polite. And he's just, what's your been experience with Chris? Have you met him? Have you spoke to him?
Yes, in the Olympia, when the class was ready to athlete meeting.
Yeah.
And, the guys from Europe, I was sitting with the guys from Europe because I knew them more than
all in one group. All in one group.
Yeah, a little bit of grouping.
Nice.
And they was smiling and laughing about me, and I was asking what. And they said, man, we grew up on your videos. You are the original classic physique guy.
Wow. Yeah, you were. Yeah.
And it was shocking for me.
Yeah.
And I told them, one side, I feel old because you say that you grew up on my videos and you're 10 years before me. But the other side, to have this, that they say that such champions I motivated, it's like an achievement of a life for me. And Chris was, alone. He was in the slippers and the socks, and he didn't want to talk to anyone. He was focusing, and I saw that one person from the crew was asking him about a short video for his son, and he was smiling. He was speak like a little motivation for the son.
Nice.
And I told myself, maybe if I ask a picture, it's in this time, it's not going to be a problem. And I was gave my phone to a photographer guy. He was one of the officials. And he was asking me, you want a video or a picture? I told him, oh, it's a picture, thank you. And we made the picture, and he didn't let my arm go. And he came to me close, and he said, I was watching your videos too.
Oh, Oh wow! Fantastic!
Yeah, I was
yeah,
like,
that's cool. That's cool. Now that's the Chris I know. You know, and the Chris, and there's a reason why he's so successful and why he's so loved
really
and
nice
followed.
and friendly guy.
He's a good dude,
really
man. Good dude.
And he told me that it's great to see you here. Welcome in the Pro League, and
Nice.
I was really waiting to know you as a person.
Nice.
So I was like, why I didn't say video? Oh,
could have got on video. Oh my god, that'd be cool.
Because in Hungary, sometimes people talk to you rude, like you're close to each other.
Mm.
Hey, you look shit because if you don't have legs, blah blah blah. And I just wanted to show them that, look, you have this expression, but trust me, the very best of the world have different meaning about it. So it's like just like a little lesson to try to push the same people from your country, not to push down. Because while I was in the amateur, I was going up and up. Everyone likes to follow someone who is going up. It's sometimes if you're on the top, they don't like you anymore because you're already there. You're not motivating them or something.
You've reached the top, haven't you? You've reached the top. I know that. Even the Mr. Olympias. One that I've seen, even Ronnie, Dorian. Once they've won about 3, people are like, "Oh, we want somebody new now. We don't like that guy anymore."
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. They need to see that they try to climbing the mountain. If you're on the top, it's not interesting anymore.
So now, obviously, this weekend you're in Alicante. You didn't make weight for the 212. It's what time is it? 12. So, what are you going to be going to the show today? Are you going to see the Open? Are you going back to the venue to watch? What are you doing this weekend?
I think my girlfriend had enough from bodybuilding for now.
Okay.
And for like half a year, I didn't bring her to a dinner or something. So I tried these 3 days stay with her as much as I can because but in the morning we was cooking and we was go to the gym and the same way. So I told myself somehow I know the results inside me, and I really cheering for in the every class, but the 212 is really important for me because of there is one person I really like him. He's we're in the same team with Chris Asito.
Okay.
And also that's why I was just step back. And in the open class, there is a person from Hungary. I really cheer for him.
Kokeni.
Because if
Kokeni.
Bela Kokeni.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what I saw last week when he walked out, and I went, "Who the hell is that?" And then I heard he was an X212. I mean, he looks about 240. He's huge.
For 212 was the same for him, like me, the classic. It was too difficult for him to bring the weight, and he was flat, and because he had a little bit bigger waist. And while he lost the frame, the shoulders, and a little bit of the legs, he lost the symmetry.
Yeah.
So I told him that it was the best decision for him to build back that 10 kilos.
I heard some people saying that they reckon he could have won last week. I mean, I thought the top two, Jantarek and Krizo, was quite clear. But I mean, third place in a good lineup like that, first open show, that was bloody impressive.
At the morning, I told myself he can be first or second.
Wow.
But the head judge was the Olympia head judge, so he's really strict.
Yes.
And he started to the evening as well. They from 0 point they start to remake the lineup.
Yeah.
And I think the problem was with Bela, he didn't change, and the others changed a lot.
Yeah,
I saw this.
Krizo at the judging, I was like, oh no, what's he done? His chest was flat, the tan was a mess, he was out of breath. And in the night show, he came back, the tan was fixed, his chest was inflated. I thought he looked incredible, and I thought it was a very, very clear, it was a pretty clear win. And Jan Tarek as well came back better for the night show. A lot fuller.
Yes, I think it was like the morning was for Krizo is like a slap in the face.
Yeah,
I think he's right now in the moment of his life. He have to catch that moment.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people really impressed, and they really want to see him in the Olympia. So he cannot take it from like this. I know he knows that in this lineup, if he comes like in his very best or half ready, the same result he can have.
Yeah.
But I think he have to introduce something that the people start to talk about him in this 1 month, because there is 1 month till the Olympia, and I think that was the morning was good for him to wake up.
Yeah.
That, man, this is your moment. Don't let it go. Don't just win the show with the weak condition, because you're much better than that. And also the other guys, I didn't expect it that they check the athletes again, and the scores from zero start again. It's good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I had a competition, I just entered, it was like 9 a.m. and they told me that, okay, 1 hour later you're on stage. Oh, really? You just need a coffee, man. I don't even know. I just woke up. And you can see this on the stage.
Yeah.
And the evening, it's sometimes who have the passion, he still can change his the results. Not from 10 to first, but 1 or 2, you can come further. Like as happened with Bela, he had third place. I told him while I came down from the 212, he told me that congratulations, man. And I told him, look, this is your moment. Please smile on the stage. Don't push that face that you don't want to be there. He's focusing too much.
Yeah.
And he looks like, I just want to go home to eat. And the judges don't like that. I told him that, come on, this is your moment. If you're in the top 3, you have to show that you understand that they placed you here, show that you're a champion. I saw sometimes in other competitions in the open class that the guy was in the middle, but he didn't act like he's in the middle. He was just posing. He didn't show that, okay, I understand what you want to say with this, judges. I want to prove that this is my place. I want to stay here. And he's just posing in this proper, normal posing, no face connection.
You got to fight for it.
And then he got second. He was changed because the second guy was really fighting, and the judges saw that. Yeah. And then at the end, he was 4th place. And he told me in the backstage, what the fuck? What happened?
It's okay.
And how to say this in that moment. You cannot say that, look, you was the best, but you didn't want to win the show. It's a little bit also connection with the judges. If they see that you're not getting tired, you're not like you don't want to leave the stage without the first place, they sometimes understand that, I think.
I think, because I did the preview with Ron Harris for the NPC European, and I said, I think the top 3 is going to be Kokeni, Alfred Vlad Kiriak, and Theo de Geria. I think, and also Enrico Hoffman. I think that's going to be the main top 4 guys that really, and it could go any way because all 4 of these guys have got the goods to win this.
If Bela can win this open class, he's making a history in his country, because no one ever had even a third medal.
Wow!
Like, he's already with Pro, he's already did.
Fantastic.
He have a history, but if he can win this show, it's like for him. He told me that is more than enough.
Yeah.
And Alfred have I think a little bit better balance. The condition is the same with Bela and Alfred. But Bela is bigger, so it depends on what the judges wanted to see on stage.
So when we spoke after the Prague show, you said, I'm going to do Japan. I said, well, you've got qualification in Classic, you have a qualification and a win in 212, why not shut it down into the Olympia? And you said, I want to do Japan because I really just want to go to Japan. So we'll be in Romania next week. You say you're doing Japan. What are your plans moving forward between now and the Olympia?
Japan is the last jump for me.
Okay. No Romania.
No more.
Okay. A lot of traveling.
I think it's I am that type of person. We have a Olympic winner swimmer girl, and the first time when she was in the Olympia, she got fourth place. And after that, she started to win some shows, Europeans, Worlds, and some money shows.
Yeah.
And after that, the next Olympia, she won like, I don't know, 3 categories. And she realized that in the everyday life, she lost the motivation. Well, 4 years. They have 4 years in between. So with this, she was kept herself in the process, and she made a lot of money, like crazy. We heard that it's like 100 people can do it in my country in a lifetime.
Wow.
With swimming. And I am a little bit the same. I love to be motivated by the shows, and also it helps me with the condition.
Yeah.
And if I'm in the you can win the show in the everyday life, not because before the show. So if I hope in this 5 months I did my best. I cannot lose it. But when you below in the below a normal fat percentage of your body, you're tired, you're in a different mood, and if I just stay home and stay in that mood, I don't like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's just good to move, to not focusing on you're hungry, not focusing on anything. It's you travel, and it's like everything is about the brain. It's for my athletes, I try to say the same like Bela. If you cannot believe that you already won the show, it could happen that you don't win the show. So the best athletes, I think, they go on stage with the face that they already know that they have it, because they have a different mood. It's like I had a feeling in the past. I had a competition in Asia, and it was like really, really long. I had 8 call-outs. Wow. I was like, I'm gonna die here. And when I was the last one with the name, because they spoke Chinese, and you don't even understand what's going on. You don't know you win or not.
Yeah.
And when I recognized that I am the winner, it was like every expression before, like you're tired, you cannot breathe, you hear the air, how it moves to the lungs and up, the eyes, like you can see on a small box, through a small box. So everything was gone. Because you had this feeling that, oh my God, I have this. I just came here and traveled a lot and I have it. So if you can believe it before, you're not focusing on what's wrong with you.
Right.
You're focusing on to win the day, because
I think
that's different.
I think if you've done everything in your power to literally everything right, every single day, every single week of a prep, I think you go on stage. Even if they're better people than you, whatever the competition is, I think you go on more confident, because you know in your heart you couldn't have done any more. I mean, my first show, I literally, for that 13 weeks, I did every single thing right. And I went on and I didn't even know how I was comparing, but I felt good because I knew and I looked confident. And people saying, is this your first show? You look so confident. And I'm like, because I've worked my ass off, and I know that there's nothing I could have done that could have brought a better result than how I look today.
Yes, that's it. If you win yourself,
yeah.
Every time when I came to the Pro League, I talked with a really good athlete from Europe, and I recognized that how he lived his life is totally different than I ever did before. It's tough. He woke up in the morning, start to do like he hydrates, and then he doing like fast and cardio, then practicing the vacuum pose, then eating, then rest, eat, then posing like 30-40 minutes, and then stretching,
Wow.
eating, sleeping, eating, training.
It's like an Olympic
eating,
athlete.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
And he's doing this for 165 days a year.
Wow.
How can you fight with that?
Yeah.
He have the mentality. He's like a machine. His body is perfect. So it was like, whoa, I need to learn more about this, because I was like, I have other things in my life, like business and family and things like that. So it's like, if you want to challenge this guy, you have to stand on stage on his level.
Yeah.
So for me, it was another thing, and it was good experience if I ever gonna help or support athletes, because I think that's the best way to get close to the sport, for everyone, to support others and give your all knowledge to them as much as you can, if they're ready for this. And it's for me more like to learn how to build the best athletes, because my career is already almost in the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
So I just came here to learn as much as I can.
Yeah. Peter, before I let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank? Just thank generally.
If you have a few hours.
Okay.
Yes. First of all, my girlfriend. She's really, really supportive. I never need to cook for myself or everything on the table. And I can tell you, girls are much more crazy than us. She's never eating anything wrong. She's always focusing. Since 5 years ago, I didn't saw her eating anything bad.
Wow.
Like, she's just waiting to have some avocado with protein and ice. That's her cheat meal. And also
meal.
like in the coffee, put some how they call this, like sweetener, you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's her cheat.
Yeah, that's her cheat. And
wow.
It also really motivates me. And the second person, Chris Asito,
mm-hmm.
he showed me a new level of coaching. It's like, you know, there are some things that you cannot wait from another person, because we're really far from each other. It's like 6 hours delay.
Yeah.
He was asking me, what is the time you wake up before the show? I told him, here in 7, that means 1 a.m.
Yeah.
In US. And he told me, okay, I make the alarm. Just be ready to make the pictures and the weight and everything. Oh my God. It's like, I have shivers again. It's like,
because he makes daily, because Kamal Al-Gargani said he makes daily food changes. He'll change your diet day to day.
He see everything on your body.
Incredible.
Everything. He can tell you if something wrong immediately.
Wow.
How I just never saw this before. He's like this.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you don't need to think. You know, you just have to do what he says, and you'll be fine. Like I had some problems when I started my prep. I didn't told him, and it's like it was in the head, and he was asking me after like a second check, body check. He realized that, and he told me what to do.
Wow! So fantastic.
It's it's, for me, it's really, really another level of coaching. And also, I would like to say thank you to my mom, but you know, she's that type of woman who bring the magazines around the people she knows. Nobody care about it. Nobody knows what means bodybuilding, but she shows that, Peter, my son is here.
Nice.
She's cheering. So it's like funny. She's the best best fan of her son. And I also be really thankful for my sponsors, because they make everything more easy for me. You know, it's everything I ask for. Nutrition sponsor, he have the best ones, like beef. We have a special type of beef, like there is no any antibiotics and nothing. How to call that? You know, it's like a grass-fed bulls, not the cows.
Yeah.
They produce, and also we have like actually I have difficult to say because I have 15 sponsors.
Wow, holy shit.
So it's difficult to say all of them. But even if I have a mistake, like in training, I destroy my t-shirt or something, they give me immediately another one. So it's like fantastic feeling that you can be a jerk like that. You can.
Fantastic.
You don't need to.
Also,
to focus on the training on the show. Sorry.
That's great. Also, I made a mistake. I thought the lady in the bikini with the name Molnar from Hungary was your wife. And somebody corrected me, and they said, no, he's with, is it Vivian?
Yes.
Vivian. They said he's with Vivian. And I was like, okay, I'm confused now because I made an assumption. I saw you with a lady. I didn't realize it wasn't the same lady on stage. So I apologize. I put 2 and 2 together and I got 5.
Molnar is a popular name in Hungary. It's like
Clearly.
Miller.
Right.
It's like Miller.
Okay. So I'm sorry,
yes.
I don't want to offend anyone. So.
No. That's funny because when I was in India, one of my friends tried to find me on Instagram and he said, there is like 300 Molnars in your Peter Molnar in your country. I said, it's a popular name. And he was laughed at, look, I'm from India. We have like 2 billion people. And look, I have only one name, Hang
on. I actually, before we did this interview, I actually messaged someone called Peter Molnar from Hungary. And then you messaged me. So I'm going to be getting a message from another Peter Molnar today. So I've done that before. I put a name in and say, who is this? And I'm like, you ready for your interview? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's funny because my email address is really long because people started to use my name and my email address.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know why. And so also there was like in the gym, there was a beautiful girl. She came to me. She started to talk with me like we know each other. And I was like, I didn't understood the first expression. And then she told me we spoke on one in like an application that people come together. So, and she showed me that someone used my picture and my name.
Wow.
So
okay.
That's why always I preserve the original is the email or
official.
The original because some people use my pictures and my name.
Well, there are other Peter Molnars, clearly. So, I mean, I messaged one today in Hungary. So so there is more than one Peter Molnar in Hungary. So it's just this one's the bodybuilder, the really good bodybuilder. So,
but trust me, if you ask anyone from Rice and Chicken, they know because in Hungary, bodybuilding is really popular.
Wow.
Even if it's not the same person.
Okay. Peter, this has been absolutely amazing, mate. And do you know, I've been trying to get you for a while, actually. I messaged you a few times in the last couple of years, but you didn't see the message. And then I put the thing, I said, please answer your DM. And then you messaged me and I was like, oh, thank God. Because you're somebody I've wanted to speak to for a while. And this has been really fantastic, mate. This has been really, like, I've felt really engaged. And because normally this is like, I normally go half as long and then I go, okay, then we need to wrap it up. But this has been fantastic, Peter. Thank you so much.
It was an honor to be here.
Thank you so much for coming, MD Globe Muscle. And myself and Lauren will be at the Olympia.
Great.
So I'll look for you on the Thursday at the Meet the Olympians, and I'll grab you for another. It'll be like a 2 or 3 minute interview, so it's gonna be a short one, not as long as this one. So enjoy the rest of your time in Alicante, mate. And like I said, it kind of didn't work out, but it kind of did. So. Go do Japan, go hopefully get a win there, and I'll see you at the Olympia, and hopefully you'll get that top 10 that you really, really want.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time too.
All right. Thank you, Peter.
See you there. Bye.
Yeah, see you there. Take care, mate. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, welcome back to Hot News for episode 11 of season 5 MD Globe Muscle. Right, as you saw, we did an amazing. Do you know? I'm not even going to call that an interview. That was a conversation with Peter Molnar, the great Peter Molnar, one of the greatest amateurs in Europe. Finally came up to the Pro League last year. Was it the year before? I can't remember. Well, we saw him in Romania last year, didn't we? Doing the classic. And I've been trying to get this guy for a while. And I had a bit of a chat with him in Prague last weekend. Myself and Lauren were doing the live stream at the EVLS Prague show. And I really got a good vibe from him straight away, good feeling. And I finally got him. And as you can see, he gave us an absolute 10 out of 10 gold interview. So thank you, Peter. Really enjoyed the conversation. Very, very easy guy to interview. Because you know what? He's actually got something to say. You know, he had a lot. Sorry, that sounds bad. He actually had lots to say and lots of opinions, lots of thoughts. And like I said, he's had a great career. And it was brilliant. So a really big thank you there to Peter Molnar. Right now, this weekend, I was asked to be NPC Alicante show, the NPC European. But, well, we were in Prague last week, and obviously I'm still technically in recovery. And it took me, Hungary took me like 4 days to recover from. Prague took me a good 3 days, wasn't it really? Thursday, Friday, I was still a bit knackered. Yeah. So, yeah. So unfortunately we couldn't be there. But because I want to pace myself because I want to be absolutely firing on all cylinders for the Romania Muscle Fest next weekend. Myself and Lauren will be there doing live stream. You're doing interviews, aren't you, backstage?
I have no idea. But
we'll find out.
I will be prepared.
You'll be prepared. You're bloody fantastic. You've done this. You've done loads. Thing is, you can do whatever they need you to do. You can do. So anyway, either way, we're very excited because we went to the Romania Muscle Fest last year and it was absolutely incredible. Great to hang out with Jake Wood and Alina and all that, and Tim Gardner and the incredible Wings of Strength team. Wonderful people, fantastic professional organisers. Just probably the best people in the world, really, for what they do. I mean, they are absolutely incredible. And it was just a great experience. So, that's why we're going back. So anyway, we're going to go into Peter Molnar. Now, as you saw in the interview, as you heard, he won the Kentucky last year, which qualified him for this year's Olympia in the Classic. I was at the Hungary Fit Parade a few weeks ago where he came second in the Classic. 2 weeks before that, he did the Arnold UK and took fourth in the 212 because he didn't make weight for Classic. In Prague, he did 212 and won that. So he's kind of, and then got to Alicante, which is where you saw him being interviewed. And he didn't even make 212. He was 1 kilo over. So he decided to sack it off and chill with his girlfriend for a few days. And so as he said, he's definitely doing Japan though. He's definitely doing Japan, and then he's going for the Olympia where he wants to make top 10. And the thing is, you say top 10 with somebody of Peter Molnar's caliber, but the Classic Olympia is going to have nearly 70 competitors. So for someone like Peter Molnar's level to say that he wants to do top 10, like that's a huge achievement. When you think about the sheer volume of amazing Classic competitors, it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, also, do you know what? I much prefer filming early in the day. I know the evenings are drawing in and they're darker, but I think my energy's higher in the morning. Are you a bit dark? I am a bit dark, aren't I? So I can see myself on the screen, so I can see I'm a little bit, just lighten me up. People need to see my beautiful face.
There we go.
Right, okay. Well, I'll just leave you to it. Right, okay then. See, he's not just a creative poser. He works with creative photographers as well. So look at that. Great physique, isn't it? Look at that. Awesome. The man with no imagination has no wings. Muhammad Ali said that. Wow. Rough Diesel. And you know what? He's right. All the Classic guys really do support each other. It's nice to see. And he said a lot of nice things about Ramondino, Chris Bumstead, Terence Ruffin, Rough Diesel. So it's nice to see that camaraderie amongst the Classic competitors. Genuinely nice to see. And I do hear that a lot from a lot of the Classic competitors as well. Here he is. This was from Prague. Good, and he's awesome. He's awesome. I did think Thomas Tabasiar, I can't go back on it because I said on the live stream, I thought Thomas had that one, but you said, no, you think at the night show, you said, I think Peter's got that.
And then he posed and it was like, oh my God.
Incredible. Oh, his posing is amazing. Like you said, he tries to tell a story. And it's just, oh God, you know me. Every single episode, I pretty much bang on about bad posing, good posing. Well, the good posing being bad posing at the moment. But and you get someone like Peter that is a breath of fresh air that brings creativity, and and he puts effort into it, and it's just nice to see. So it looks like his even if he said this might be his last year, he's going to stick with 212. He's doing 212 at the Olympia. So just hope he makes weight, because imagine if he gets to Olympia and in his last might be one of his last shows ever, and then he doesn't make 212. I don't think he'll make that mistake, but he could have done the Open. He could have done the Open in Spain this weekend. I mean, if you're there and you don't make weight, because obviously he was was he 3 or 4 kilos over the classic weight. And then he's having to, then he didn't make the 212. He could have jumped in the open, but he wasn't bothered, was he? Wasn't bothered. So let's have a look at a couple more shots. So this was obviously in the room in Prague. Great physique, fantastic full chest, kind of like you said, what the classic was kind of made for, really. Those kind of classic physiques and great shoulders, great arms, fantastic. He said his favorite shot is this one, his riddle bicep. This is from the Arnold UK. He was even drier in Prague, wasn't he? He was harder. And the thing is, he was what, about 92 kilo there, because he just missed classic. And he said, I'm sure he said he had to be 91 kilo to be classic at his height. So, and he took 4th place at the Arnold UK in the 212, which he didn't plan on doing, behind Dave Henry in 5th place and Dean White in 6th place. And it was a good lineup, a big lineup. So we brought this account up last week, didn't we? Yeah. We did. See, look at this. I mean, just he says with the hands open. Do you see what he's talking about? Yeah. About the expression and how he could have his fists clenched and that picture wouldn't be as striking. So Kevin of Rome was like that. He did a lot with the hands and a lot of, it was kind of like he completely immersed himself in his posing, in that creative style of posing, which I think is kind of sadly a bit lost today. Yes. It is, yeah. Well, it is, yeah. It's very lost actually. But it just annoys when guys go, what's the point in putting a good posing routine together? It's not scored. And it's like, why would you not want to present your physique at its best? I don't get it. Oh. Still, I will keep on whinging. Keep on whinging about it. Yeah, because you got to speak up, haven't I? So, I can hear you. Sorry, yeah, I just wanted you to didn't have headphones on. I can hear myself. Sounds great. I sound lovely. So anyway, that was just want to show a couple of pictures there of Peter and his incredible physique. That's a cool shot. So yeah, it's awesome. I like the beard. The beard looks cool. He looks a bit Conan, doesn't he? He could be like he could be Conan.
That looks like a Jesus with
Jesus with muscle. No, Jesus is competing today in the classic in Alicante. Sorry, he called him Jose.
No, Jesus.
No, Peter spoke about him, and he said he called him Jose. Jesus, it's Jesus, isn't it? It's Jesus. Okay, but yeah, okay.
I'm just going to get him on because we need to clear this up.
Yeah. No, he's Spanish. I don't think he speaks a word of English. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, today the NPC Alicante, NPC Europa, I think they've called it. Jesus is competing today, as literally today because it's Sunday today, and the pro show is all 10 pro categories are today. So, by the time, I don't even know where he's won yet, So we're going to come to NPC European Instagram. So the IFBB Europa Pro. So, because obviously we were at the NPC European last year. Who won it? They won the Open? Nathan Dasher. Right. So here we have the schedule. So it's 9 a.m. It's 2:20 p.m. in Spain, literally right now as we're filming. So I'd imagine... I'm probably on the fitness by now. So the 212 and the men's open haven't been on yet, haven't been on stage. So what else we're going to look at? So here he is, Jesus, or as Peter Molnar calls him, Jose. So this is how he's looking. He looks as good, if not better, than at the Hungary Fit Parade where he won and he beat Peter Molnar. He had a more of a hardcore look last year, didn't he? Do you remember?
I still think it's
Do you remember? It is very hardcore, but it's not quite as extreme, the muscularity. And he's kind of backtracked on that a little bit. And now he started winning. So he possibly might win today. I'm guessing he could. But look at the back shots. I love his back shots. They were more extreme last year. They look great there. What tan has he got on?
Top 10.
Is that top tan?
Top 10 for me.
It's really good, isn't it?
I love it.
That's what Chryso should have had on at Prague.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Oh, top tan is Emilia's. Oh, okay. Well, I like it. It looks good. It almost looks like an instant tan that's been put on really, really well.
The coats, you don't need as many coats to go dark.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, there you go, Emilio. And obviously it's approved because he's the promoter. So that makes sense. He's doing his own tan. He's got his own clothing. And obviously, how many shows has Emilio Martinez got now in
40?
Spain? 40? No, he ain't got 40.
30 maybe?
30? Are you just making it up now?
No, I'm saying it's you guys, it's a lot.
let's just say he's got a lot of events. So, but we love Emilio. And I said, I just couldn't be there because obviously it was too much for me to be away 3 weekends on the trot. And I don't really want to die. So no, that was never part of my plan. That was always going to interfere with my plans for global domination. So anyway, Jesus there looks absolutely fantastic. Probably going to win, I'd guess. So here he is with, let's have a look at a call out here. Oh, there's Leona. So, it's photos. So here's the top 5 classic. Kelvin Hind was in today, but he's not in the first call out. So obviously he's not going to get a win. I think I saw a post actually posted, because he was second in Prague. This is a British classic athlete who's going to the Olympia, and I think he's at second or third in the point standings, and he's really, really adamant he wants to get to the Olympia. I think he's had 3 second places this year, and he's obviously coming here for the win. So let's have a look. So this will be women's physique. I don't know these. Oh, is that Luca? What's her name? Oh my God, this one. Oh, Raluca. This was the lady we saw last year. Was she female bodybuilding? No, she was women's physique, but she looked like a female bodybuilder. And now you can see she's brought it, but her conditioning was lacking, but she was so big. Here, she looks like proper women's physique. So that is very, very smart. Coming back and actually training and dieting more for the criteria, that's very, very smart. Or you either need to just go over and step over and compete in women's bodybuilding. You can tell it's women's physique because of the open hand. Female bodybuilding has the closed hand. So yeah, this is the best condition I've seen Raluca in. So I'm guessing she might be the winner there, if that's the final call out. Who's this one? I don't know who these people are. Is that? I don't know this guy. Okay, there's no names on there, so not much use to me. Look, do you recognise these people, Lauren? Do you recognise them? Oh, there's God, I forgot his name now. The head judge, Javi. There's Javi. There's Bill Sibilla, the American judge. There's Ildiko from Hungary, and there's Leona from Holland. Fantastic judges, very, very competent judges. Go all over Europe. They're very, very in demand. Do a lot of traveling as well. So I'm just trying to give a bit of love to the judges at the moment. What? Sorry? What? Click what?
On the judges.
I just did.
Yeah, just do it.
Why do I need to do that again? Hang on. This is where we were doing our live stream, or was it there? It was there, wasn't it? Yeah. So, I see what you're saying. In a few years' time, you'll be on that judging panel. Because Lauren is actually a very, very good judge. You've done test judging, and your scores are actually better than mine, because I'm a shit judge, because I'm too opinionated. I have very strong views on what and shouldn't and everything. So, but Lauren is very, you're an accountant, so you're very analytical, so you make a better judge. I don't know who this guy is. But, right, okay then. Anything else of interest? God, it's a huge show. There was two-day amateur, and then today is the pro show, where there are 10 pro categories. And also today, I believe it's either today or yesterday, is the 1 year anniversary of Sean Roden, because this is coming up. I think this is 1 year on. Yeah, so obviously Sean Roden, a huge shock to the industry. 2018 Mr. Olympia, died. Yeah, he died of it was a heart attack, wasn't it, last year? Really, really terrible. Very sad story to turbulent few years for him. So sadly missed. I used to love speaking to Sean. Very warm guy. One of the greats. And it obviously sadly leaves his daughter behind. But here we are 1 year on. So everyone in the industry, because I've seen a lot of feeds today with people posting about Sean Roden, and Guy Sistinino's posted some stuff. And I just want to give. There's his daughter there. Look, oh bless him. God, I remember that 2018 Olympia when he won. It was just, he looked incredible. And there he is. Wow. Yeah, it's very sad. Very sad story, really. You're missed. He's very, very missed guy. And he was the 14th man in history to win the Mr. Olympia. And look at that. That was 2017. That's where he had hair. That was where he was prepping with a broken jaw, and he's having to drink everything because he couldn't chew. And he still did the Olympia and took 5th place. How incredible is that? I think how can you even train properly if you can't even, do you know what I mean? He was amazing. He was amazing. And no one saw him coming into the 2018 Olympia and winning it, decisively. I mean, it was a huge shock, surprise. pleasant surprise, but it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, so Sean Roden, yeah, amazing. And obviously Emilio has put this video together, and they've put it on with so the audience can see it on the big screens. So it's nice to see that the industry is still paying respects to, one of the greatest bodybuilders of the last 20 years, So I wanted to give that acknowledgement. Yeah, obviously they're still updating because the show is actually still going on. So there's not much. Maybe I can do a bit more report in episode 12 next week. And Milo doing all the interviews there. His English is getting better as well. English is getting better. Right, I'm going to go to Bodybuilders Without Borders. Do I look a bit dark again?
Yes.
It's getting a bit overcast now. Sorry, because I like to film in the daytime because it's daylight. Can you light me up, please, dear? Thank you. Right, okay then. It's the muscle contest in Brazil today. The muscle contest Fit Pira. And won by the comeback king, Eduardo Correa. Eduardo Correa, one of the pioneers and the greats of the 202 and the 212. He was second. He was second one of the years to Flex Lewis. I can't recall which year it was. But he's made a comeback, and after a couple of years away, and he's won. So he's qualified for the 2022 Mr. Olympia. So there's another 212 legend OG going back into the Olympia this year. So that's great to see. Second place was Doug Silva Pro, and Vitor Porto Pro was third place. He's very good as well. He still looks great. Still looks great. I mean, he's not quite as good as he was a few years ago because he's had some injuries. He's torn the tricep. But do you know, I remember seeing Eduardo Correa at the 2012 British Grand Prix and the 2012 EVLS Prague show that I was at, and I tell you what, I saw that guy up close, and I've never seen condition like that. It was like he was skinned alive. I mean, when someone literally couldn't achieve any better conditioning, Eduardo Correa was that man. I mean, he was absolutely phenomenal. And the physique still looks good, but he was absolutely phenomenal. So this must be Doug Silva in second place, and here is Vitor in third place. So obviously Tarek and Tamer, obviously the promoters in Brazil of the muscle contest, they put on a lot of events, and so it looks like that event's gone really, really well. Also, other big news of the weekend was Good Vito. I can't remember his name. I said it last week, but he competed for the first time, I believe, in the Pro League. Sorry, not the Pro League, the NPC Worldwide, and this wasn't actually a pro qualifier. This is the regional. In 3 weeks' time, let's call him Vito, will be doing his pro qualifier, pro card qualifier. So look to him for him to get his pro card in 3 weeks' time. And then hopefully we might see him do what Krizo did, Michael Krizonek, and come over and basically hit a pro show. I don't know what his plans are beyond turning pro, but let's wait and see. Do you know, I think he's only like 23 years old, 24 years old, this guy. Look at his legs. Absolutely phenomenal. So is another exciting guy coming over from the other side of the IFBB over to the NPC and Pro League. So very excited, very, very happy to see him coming over. What else? Here he is. There he is winning. This Horse MD on the right. I wonder what he's up to now, because he was supposed to be doing Classic, didn't make Classic, and then didn't compete. So I don't know what Horse MD's up to, because I thought he could be like a top 3 Classic Olympia guy. I think he's that good. I thought he could rival Bumstead. I really did. I think he's absolutely incredible. Look at his legs. Oh, this is before the tan. Why do these guys turn up with like no tan on? So the whole era of guys wearing base coats just doesn't happen anymore then. I mean, back in the day, we'd have to like tan like a couple of days out, put coat after coat after coat. But now these guys can turn up lily white to shows, go backstage like Krizo, like Vito, get sprayed up, and they walk on stage and their tans look great. Well, Krizo, they see, look at that. That's I wonder how they're doing things differently now. I know they have these tanning services at these shows, but it saves a lot of hassle. It does save a lot of hassle. Yeah, you can see he needs to get a bit tighter from the back. I mean, it's not quite as strong from the back as he is from the front. Looks good though. I mean, exciting new prospect for the future. And is that Kidiak? No, it's not. A different guy. Mr. Sazen, Morias bodybuilder. He looks really, really good. Sorry, I just sometimes catches my eye and I want to see who they are. So this guy looks really, really good. I'll have to give him another look maybe in a future episode. I'm going to come to all these accounts anyway, so I won't go too much into them. Okay, we'll leave that there. let's go to the Wings of Strength, because yesterday it was the Rising Phoenix show for the Wings of Strength. Won, no surprise, by the incredible Andrea Shaw, 2-time Miss Olympia. She looked absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at the video. Let's have a look. She looks good, doesn't she? So polished. I mean, I can't see anybody beating her at the Olympia. So she won $50,000, and she's won her, is it 2 or I think it's 3 times she's won this show now. So she's won 2 of the, what are they, bloody Corvettes or something, and she's won now a big truck. I'll show you that now on this next post. But look at her, I mean, she's so far ahead of the rest. She's so dominant. I put in MD actually. I think it's next issue where I said literally she is the most dominant Olympia champion I think we've seen for many years, where everyone literally is fighting for second place as soon as she walks on stage. So I like the posing as well. Good energy. So here she is. Here's Andrea in her new still in a bikini. She only take the tiara off yet. Go on, Andrea. The thing is, though, it's quite cool that she got something different as well. Because I don't know, what has she done with these cars? Did she keep them or she sell them or?
Maybe she gives them to family.
Oh, you wouldn't give a bloody Corvette to your family. You'd give them the truck, maybe. I don't know. Look at that. Oh, she's cool. That's good. Anyway, it was not because no shock. Second place was Mayla Ash. And third place was Michaela Aycock. Looked absolutely fantastic, taking in conditioning to another level. Are her calves bigger?
Yeah.
Her calves are huge, aren't they? They're really... Wow. So, yeah. Mayla Ash in second place in the women's bodybuilding. Third place was Michaela Aycock. Leah Denny in fourth. I think Mona in fifth. And then you had Irene Anderson in sixth place. I mean, Irene was starting to fall off, wasn't she? She was starting to drop to like 9th, 10th, 12th. Sorry?
Was she in Sweden?
Yes.
That's Irene.
Irene. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Look, there. That one there.
Oh my God.
And she's in her 50s. She's incredible. I mean, the longevity in female bodybuilding. I tell you what, they need to have a chat with the guys. Oh, doesn't Andrew look lovely there? Oh, look. It's a huge trophy. It's half the size of her. It's over half the size of Michaela.
Wow.
But what a lineup. What a show, though. And like I said, it's nice that they kept this show as well as the Miss Olympia, because I thought that when the Miss Olympia came along, I thought, well, they'll just do away with the Rising Phoenix, because that was the #1 female bodybuilding show, out there. And then Jake Wood at the 2020 Olympia brought back the Miss Olympia, and they kept it. And they also kept the prize money. They kept the car thing going. And yeah, so you can review all the bikini stuff in Buff Bombshell. Also, great episode, Lauren. Last episode of Buff Bombshell, absolutely incredible. I like to hear your opinions more. Keep that going, even if it annoys people. Keep going with it. So, oh shit, what have I done? So yeah. So anyway, maybe Lauren can go through some of these categories and give her take as well. But I just wanted to bring up, because literally it was yesterday, the female bodybuilding Wings of Strength, Rising Phoenix. What's going on there? Do I dare click on that? You click on it, you sure? Okay. It's a bit of a fun photo shoot there. I tell you what, though, the Wings of Strength shows, there's always they were doing free posing clinics, and they seem to have a lot of fun. There seems to be a really good atmosphere at these shows. And it's nice to see, because female bodybuilding, it was starting to become very unpopular, and it kind of had a bit of a weird image. And then Jake Wood and Alina and Tim Gardner and all the Wings of Strength team, they've really, it's very, very nice. I'm trying to think of the words, actually. It's a great event for female bodybuilding is basically my point. And also it's nice to see female bodybuilders at the top of the bill of that event as well, not like tacked on. So it's absolutely fantastic to see. And there's Jake there. Jake's huge, isn't he? He's like, I mean, because I think Andrea's quite tall, but Jake's like he's taller than me, and he's like 6'4", 6'4", 6'5". And we are looking forward to seeing Jake and Alina next weekend in Romania, because obviously we'll be there. So where female bodybuilding were there as well. So she got a sword. She got a massive trophy. She got $50,000, and she got a truck that's probably worth 60 grand, 70. I don't know. It's not going to be cheap, considering they were giving away souped up Corvettes the year before. Look how happy she is. Go on, Andrea. Nice. Oh, she's going to get tan all over those seats now.
Be fine.
So, that's the two of the Wings of Strength team. Yeah, they were at the after party last year in Romania, weren't they? Nice people. So, okay then. Yes. So, yes, I just want to acknowledge the Wings of Strength Rising Phoenix show. And like I said, guys, Wings of Strength team, we can't wait to see you next week. And we can't wait to get to Romania because that is a really, really big special show. And we can't wait to go back. Right. Okay. Then we're going to bring on last episode's guest on Hot News, Samson Dowda. The only reason I'm doing it is because he's posting another update. I know he gets updates every single week, but he keeps blowing my mind. And there's one video. I've looked at this. I've looked at the chest, and also I think his rear lat spreads really improved as well. Should we put sound on? Oh no. Okay. Now I noticed big improvements because I felt like Samson needed a bit more. Earlier this year, I felt when he did the Boston Pro and the Arnold Classic, took 4th place in both. I felt like he needed a bit more meat in his rear lat spread. But look at this now. Well, I'll just let you watch. Here we go. Is he going to do a readable bicep? Yeah, readable bicep. Yeah, look at his shoulders and arms look absolutely astronomical. Nice to see separation between the 3 heads as well. I'm guessing he's just trained shoulders because his shoulders look very pumped there. And we're not talking about fake pumped. You know what I'm talking about. Actual training pump. So anyway, look at the lat spread. This is 6 weeks out. I think he's coming down beautifully, by the way. I asked him what he's weighing. He says he doesn't know. There you go. The lat spread now. That wasn't like that in March for the Arnold Classic or Boston. And it's just traps, the separation, the quality. And look at the chest now in the most muscular because he needed more chest as well. And look at it. Look at his chest. I mean, that's impressive. He's a monster, but he's got beautiful shape. He's like a pretty monster. Pretty monster. It's not Nigerian lion. We're going to call him the pretty monster. So he looks absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, so I literally just wanted to show that. And also, this was back in the Boston Pro back in March, the week after the Arnold Classic. And I think he's going to completely destroy this look at the Olympia. And I am rooting for first call out for Samson. I do believe, I think 5th to 8th place is where I've kind of got him in my head with, it's just kind of what my instincts are telling me where he's going to kind of fall. Because obviously Milos is going to want to bring him in his absolute best ever. So that was all I wanted to show on Samson's. I want to do a quick check-in with Patrick Johnson, who we had on a few weeks ago, who won, was it the Yamamoto in Italy? Oh, no, was it France? God, no, I can't keep up either.
So many.
It was France, wasn't it? It was France, yeah. Patrick won in France. And he said, literally, as soon as I've won this, he's saying, I'm going to have a couple of days back home in Denmark, and then I'm flying back out to Kuwait, where I'm going to get, my arse in gear and really sort of get ready for the Olympia, because obviously he's now qualified for his first Olympia. And I mean, the magic's happening. He looks absolutely incredible. He looks nice and full, doesn't he? And he looks, what do you think, Lauren? Rar. That's not an opinion. That's just a sound you're making. Okay. Look like you're constipated, dear. Eat some prunes. Well, yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Oh, I thought I was just talking to myself. You mean? Hang on a minute. You mean we actually filmed this?
It goes on forever.
Oh my god! Nobody told me. I just do this so I can just my own pure enjoyment and benefit. So yes, Patrick there, like I said, looking good, looking really thick and chunky. He's gone in for top 6. I think top 6 is a stretch. I mean, if he can make top 10, top 15, get a good placing, get some good call outs, it's going to be a successful Olympia for him.
The lower back a bit.
Yeah, that's just because he's just full and bursting, isn't he? And he's 6 weeks out. He's getting really thick now, isn't he? I mean, you can see that because as soon as they get out to Kuwait, when they're doing everything right with the sleep, the training, the food, supplements, everything, they're training their asses off. They're sleeping, and then when they're not sleeping, they're eating. When they're not eating or sleeping, they're training or doing cardio or getting like a sports massage and stuff like that. So this is really the perfect environment for these guys to thrive. As was evident with Brandon Curry, who came last in the 2016 Olympia. Goes back the next year, makes first call at 8th place, goes back the year after, takes 5th place, and then the year after in 2019 wins the Olympia. So to go from last place to first place at the Olympia within 3 years, and the only variable that changed was that they got out to QA, and they did, like I said, entrench themselves in this distraction-free environment, best of everything, best gym, best food, best everything. And this is what happens. This is the end result. They absolutely thrive and explode, basically. So, I mean, not literally explode. I mean, that would be I mean, yeah, look at him. He looks good. He looks confident, doesn't he? He's getting like freak status now. I think that's his goal. So yeah, we love Patrick. He's a cool guy. I feel like I'm going over the same pictures again. So yeah, so that was just like what I want to quickly show there from Patrick, just to show the progress he's made even since when he stepped on stage. But he still said he reckons he looked better at the Arnold UK because he was second to Andrew Jack at the Arnold UK, and he said he didn't look. He said he looked a bit flat here, but still got the win, got the qualifications, so it was mission accomplished there. So anyway, I'm going to go to quickly Vlad Suhorochko, one of my favorites. He's because he posted this, and I can't believe the condition he's already been. He's been in this condition for like 3-4 weeks. He hasn't even smoothed out, but he has got his visa. He does have his qualification. I forgot what show he won as well. Was it? No, that was the first. He won the first Italy one.
He won the second Italy one.
Second.
I can't remember.
Well, he won in Italy. He won in Italy at the Yamamoto. No, it was the first. It was the first Yamamoto Italy show. Shut it down. Obviously now he's gone back to Q8. He's qualified, and I mean there was a picture he posted the other day because now he's been prepped by Dennis Wolf, so that's interesting. So it looks like the magic's happening. Where's that? Here we are. Look, this is the picture. Hang on. How was this before and after? Wow. Chernobyl mutation. 50 kilo difference. Oh my God. I mean, the thing is, I've seen Vlad in real life, and he's not one of these guys that looks big in a picture and then you meet him and they're kind of like small guys. I mean, he's a monster. He's huge. I mean, even in contest condition in his clothes, he looks like a beast.
How many years?
So,
After that?
sorry? Is that 6 months? That was just that. That was the start of the prep and the end. That was just the start of the prep and the end of the prep. So, yeah, he aged a bit and grew a beard. But, yeah, so here he is with Dennis Wolf. So I'm very excited to see what Dennis Wolf and Vlad will be cooking up for the Olympia. But it looks like things are working because, like I said, he's got his first win now. And, yeah, I mean, that pose is absolutely sensational. Like I said, I bill him as a European Nick Walker. But another couple of years, I'll tell you what, Vlad's going to be really, really... I mean, he's something special already, but I think in a couple of years, he's going to be one of the top level pros. So... yeah, I liked how he looked in Italy. I thought it looked really, really good. And obviously got the win. And I think it was a clear win as well. Right, okay, going to go to a guy that a lot of people aren't really talking about, but someone who made a huge impression on myself and Lauren. This is Gold Guy. You like Gold Guy? I have to give nicknames so she can remember who it was. But this was Behrouz Tabani from Iran, I believe. And he was third place at the Romania Muscle Fest last year. First place was Rafael Brandeo. Second place was Samson. And third place was Behrouz. And I've said it many, many times, no one would have argued if Behrouz had won. Well, maybe Rafael. Maybe the Brazilian fans might have had something to say about that. But this is someone that is kind of under the radar, isn't really at the front of people's minds until he steps on stage and then absolutely blows everyone away and shocks everyone. But this guy, I really, really rate this guy. Prepped by Milos Sarjev. And look at this. Boom! Look at that. It just comes from nowhere. I mean, he looks good. Look. Everything pops. And he looks flat here as well. When you see this guy on stage, he's like a Haddy. Everything just pops and splinters and explodes, and he's so impressive. If he's brought the legs up a little bit this year, I think Brett Wilkins is in trouble. I really do. And I mean, I'd love to see him get a win. But then again, I don't know what's happening with the visa thing. So I don't know. But regardless, this could be a dark horse to win the Romania Muscle Fest next week. And like I said, myself and Lauren will be there. I'll be doing live stream commentary. I think Lauren will be joining me for some of it, if not all of it. And you're doing some interviews with for Wings of Strength Backstage. So we'll be there. So I'll be able to see Behrouz in the flesh. So I'm very, very excited. And I mean, look at him. He looks incredible. What a fantastic physique. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. But he looks good in pictures, but wait till you see this guy. If you watch the live stream next week and hear my voice, you'll no doubt hear me being rather impressed with Behrouz. So I'm very excited to see him because he hasn't competed since the Romania Muscle Fest last year. So, so I just wanted to give a bit of publicity and a bit of promotion to this guy, to Behrooz, because he is on my radar, that's for sure. And of course, one of the biggest talking points about the Romania Muscle Fest next week for the Open is the return of Brett Wilkin, because Brett hasn't been seen since the Arnold Classic earlier this year. Pulled out the Boston Pro. I think a lot of people were kind of expecting to maybe come in with the progress videos and progress photos we saw for the Arnold Classic early in the year. People were like, shit, this guy's going to win. He's going to beat Brandon Curry's going to beat William Bonac. I think he ended up in, I believe, 6th place, I think it was. And then he shut it down. He pulled out of the Boston Pro, and we haven't seen him since. And he's going all out now to win the Romania Muscle Fest and be in this year's Olympia, because obviously this is a qualifier for this year's Olympia. I think this is Romania's the final qualifier. I think it's the final qualifier, certainly for the Open. I'm sure it is. Yeah, because the Spain one after that is for the following year. So he's literally leaving it right to the very last minute to, but he looks good. The condition looks good. If he nails his condition, it's going to be a tight battle between him and Behrooz. I don't have the competitor list as right now. So as soon as that comes out, keep an eye out for myself and Ron Harris's Romania Muscle Fest preview. Usually comes out on the Wednesday before the show. So by the time you watch this, it'll probably be the same day or already be out. So keep an eye out for that. So we'll have the full list in front of us, and we will be able to give our predictions of how things will shake up. But for what I know so far, it looks to be a battle between Brett Wilkin and Behrooz Tabani. So let's have a look. So, I mean, Brett's a fantastic physique, fantastic bodybuilder. He looks good. It's funny though, because where the phone is angled up, it looks like he's got high lats here, but he doesn't. It's actually because the phone's on the floor and it's angling up. So he's got lovely, really nice round muscularity. He's done classic 212 and open. So he's gone over 3 categories. So yeah, so he isn't putting out too much, which is kind of smart because it kind of keeps the intrigue. I think this is the latest thing that Brett has posted. So yeah, looks good. Like I said, I hope he nails it, because I wasn't disappointed by what he brought at the Arnold Classic, but I think he was in terms of conditioning and placing. So he's looking to redeem himself big time for Romania. So, okay, finally, we're going to go to Romania Muscle Fest. Obviously, like I said, it's next week, next Sunday. Amateur on the Saturday, or is it the way around? Yeah, amateur Saturday, Friday?
Saturday is amateurs and Sunday is the pro.
Right, okay. So check out the pay-per-view. You hear my beautiful voice. And, so like I said, not much else to report on here. Like I said, I just was saying that the show is next week, and this is the big next show coming up. Obviously, the NPC European or Europa is actually going on right now, so it's hard to report on shows that are kind of currently going on when you're not there. So, so like I said, Romania, and then for us personally, it'll be the Olympia, so we're very excited about that. So that's it. Yeah, that was, like I said, we brought this up last week. So that pretty much, guys, that is it. Also, check out the latest issue of MD with Chris Bumstead on the cover, Mr. 10.5 million followers. And and also we're going to finish off that Killer Sally tonight on Netflix. Sally McNeil. Obviously I remember when that happened. I remember when that was in the news. I saw, and the stage footage they've used with the black background, that was the 1993 British Grand Prix, the one won by Charles Claremont. I was at that one, and I saw Ray McNeil. So obviously that was the year. Was it 94 he got killed, or 95 she shot him? 95, right? So it was like just over a year afterwards. But I remember it's a shocking story. And but anyway, check that out on Netflix. And they obviously go right into depth, showing all sides of what was a huge story at the time, not just in bodybuilding, but outside of bodybuilding. So yeah. Okay, guys. Also, do not forget to hit the notification bell and hit like, share, and subscribe. And all that good stuff. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And like I said, guys, we will be back next week for more MD Glove Muscle. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. And we are out.